Thanks very much, Joe. It's fantastic to see such a brilliant turnout in connection with this really important issue. Now let's be absolutely clear, no one should have to experience or be subjected to antisocial behaviour. However, we do not support this public space protection order in its proposed form. The reasons for that are that we are concerned that the public space protection order will potentially target people not because of antisocial behaviour, but because they are street homeless and sleeping rough. It may well have the effect of criminalising poverty, street homelessness and rough sleeping. It may well impose inappropriate financial penalties on those that can least afford to pay. Birmingham City Council have not thought through the equalities and disability discrimination issues in connection with this proposal. It does not address the prevention, early intervention and underlying causes that need to be addressed. It will not deal adequately with the mental health, drug, alcohol and addiction issues that are so often at the cause of street homelessness and rough sleeping. It may well simply have the effect of displacing the issue to another geographical area, or indeed cause displacement of activity from begging to acquisitive crime. There are already other existing remedies available to deal with crime and antisocial behaviour. But let us not lose sight of where the true responsibility lies. Homelessness, street homelessness and rough sleeping have been on the rise since 2010. The responsibility of this falls fairly and squarely with the current government. It now aims, apparently, to eliminate street homelessness and rough sleeping by 2027. Yes, 2027. That is the target, to eliminate rough sleeping and street homelessness in the 5th richest country in the world. That is as shameful as it is unacceptable. It gives you an indication of the level of priority that this government attaches to street homelessness and rough sleeping. The West Midlands is a housing first pilot area. That approach aims to house the street homeless and provide them with the support they need in order to turn their lives round. We need to focus on solutions like that address prevention, early intervention and the underlying causes. The single greatest cause of homelessness in this country is eviction from a private rented sector tenancy. We need increased security of tenure in the private rented sector and an end to no-fault evictions. And we need a government that realises that social housing is a solution to the housing crisis and not the problem. A government that believes in social housing, is committed to social housing and is prepared to invest in social housing. I am seeking selection to stand as the Labour Party candidate for the West Midlands Police and Crime Commissioner. Now, a public space protection order might be a way of addressing antisocial behaviour, but this public space protection order in its current form would not have my support for the reasons that I've outlined. However, I'm pleased to see that Birmingham City Council are apparently listening and agree that any public space protection order should not target, even accidentally, the street homeless and rough sleepers. The decision to defer imposing the public space protection order pending a proposed charter of care and the offer of further consultation, scrutiny and investigation are all welcome steps forward from Birmingham City Council in connection with this issue. Finally, Birmingham City Council's welcome proposed concessions and assurances in connection with this proposal and the fact that they say protecting the homeless and rough sleepers will always be the priority demonstrate that we must not, as a city, be part of creating a hostile environment for those in poverty, the street homeless and rough sleepers. They must not be treated as the collateral damage of central government imposed austerity. We must be judged as a city by the way we treat the poorest and most vulnerable members of our community. Together, we need to continue to campaign against this public space protection order in its proposed form, so that we can all be sure it cannot and it will not be used against people simply because they are living in poverty, are street homeless and sleeping rough. Thank you very much.